Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with 2 and 4 can be X sums by Sanabas. So, this is a special Sudoku in that we have 0 to 5 Sudoku rules. So, in each row, column, and 2 by 3 box, we're placing the digits 0 through 5 exactly once each, instead of 1 through 6. All right, and we have X sums outside the grid. The way these work, let's take this 8, for example. Whatever digit is next to the 8, so say it was a 3. Then what we do is we need to take 3 digits, including this 3. So we take 1, 2, 3, so including itself, and then the sum of that is going to be equal to 8. So we already have 3, so then the sum of these two would be 8. So we could do, for example, 1, 4. So 3, 1, 4. If you sum it up, adds to 8, that fulfills our clue. But if this was instead of 2, we would then just do 2, 6, and these two sum to 8. So this tells you how many cells to use. And that's it. Remember, we are 0. Oh, sorry, 2, 6 doesn't actually work in this puzzle because it goes 0 to 5. But anyway, so ignore that part, I guess. Anyway, those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, so I want to start with this 1. Obviously, none of these X sums are going to have 0 here, because if you put a 0 here, it's telling you to use no cells, and so it should add to 0. So if we put a 1 here, it's saying use 1 cell, and then that is going to be the 1. You can think, well, 0 might allow you to do like 1 or 1, 0 or something, but I don't know how you'd do that, because you'd have to use 2 cells for that, which would make this a 2, and now we already add to more than 1. We don't have negatives. So this is definitely still a 1. Now, how does 2 work? Well, I think the only way we're going to do that is 2, 0. If we put a 1 here, it's always automatically going to add to 1. We said 0 didn't work, and then if it's a 2, we just about we exactly equaled the sum, so we have to use zeros for the rest. So that works. And now this adds to 4, and it can't be a 2, and it can't be a 1, so this is going to be a 3. We're going to use all 3 of these, and then we're going to get a 1 here. All right. 4 would be too big, because we'd have to have another 2 zeros after it. So this is 2, 4, 5. All right. Now, what does a row add to? Because normally I'm thinking, hey, a row adds to 21, but we're actually doing 0 through 5. And so the 0 doesn't do anything. So 1 through 5 is actually going to be 15. So an entire row adds to 15. This clue says 14. So if you think about it, the sum of the digits that aren't part of the 14 is going to be 1. So that's either going to be a 1 here on its own, or a 0, 1 across here. But this can't be 0 or 1, so that's not happening. So this is going to be a 1 here, and we have to use all 5 in order to get to 14. Hold on. Yeah, because we're going to include a 0, so that should work. We're going to do 0 through 5, which has 15, but we're excluding the 1. And so that's going to be 14. All right. So that takes care of that guy. This 8 clue is probably not using this one. So if we were using 5, okay, what are the outies of the 8? Remember, we add to 15. So the outies are 7. So starting from here, we need some number of digits adding to 7. So we're not going to be able to put a 6 here because there is no 6. And so we're not going to add to 7 like this. We need to use at least 3 cells to add to 7. And when we do that, we can't actually use 4 cells to add to 7, can we? 0, 1, 2... Well, we could do 0, 1, 2, 4, but the problem is that then that uses up the 2, and now we couldn't use these 2 to add to 8. So I think this has to be a 3. In fact, we showed, by accident, I showed that this couldn't be a 2, because this would be a 6, but there is no 6 in the puzzle. So this is at least 3, and 4 is, let's see, is 4 too big? Yeah, because remember, we said these 2 would have to add to 7, because 8 plus 7 is 15. So this is a 3 for sure. And so now these add to 8, which means these 2 need to add to 5. Now, how are we adding to 5? Well, we could do 0, 5. That's a possibility. Or we could do 1, 4, but there is no 1. And we can't do 2, 3, so it has to be 0, 5. Can't do 2, 3 because the 3 is already used over here. So, oh, that's neat. So we need a 2 and a 4 over here that we know the order. That's 4 and that's 2. That makes that a 5. Leaving a 2, 4 pair behind. Is it going to be the 10? Is that what's left? Maybe there's Sudoku. So down here we need the 0 and 3. Okay, can't resolve that. This whole column is 0, what is it, 0, 3, 5. This can't be the 0 or 3. So this is our 5. So this pair here is the 1, 4. We know the order. So that's 4 and that's 1. So over here we need 0, 2. And down here we need 3, 4, 5. This can't be 3 or 5. So that's a 4, leaving a 3, 5 pair. Down here we need 1, 2, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 4. That's not 1, that's not 4. We need a 5 down here. That can only go right there. This is 0, 3. 2, 4 pair, 0, 3 pair. Okay. 14 is going to take care of itself. What about the 10? Well, we're certainly not using 0 to add to 10. So this is going to be 3. That's 0, that's 3, that's 0. And now this already adds to 8, so this needs to be a 2, and that's 4. We got a 3 in the corner, by the way. So now we should just be able to finish, because we have all our x. Oh, we didn't do this 8x sum. I think, remember, 8 has to be 3. But this can't be a 3. Oh, so what can 8 be then? Okay, maybe... oh, here we can do 4. Right. And so we must. And remember, our outies need to add to 7. So this has to be 2, 5. It's the only way we're adding to 7. And then the rest should work itself out. So this is a 0, 1, 2. This is a 3. So this should add to 8. Sure does. All right. Cool. This is a 2. And then down here, we need the 1 and the 0. And we're done. All right, cool. Yeah, this 8 couldn't be a 4 because we had a 1 sitting here. And that prevented those from adding to 7. But this one could be a 4 because these two did have the possibility to add to 7. We already had a 3 in the row, so it couldn't have been 3. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.